Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, March 9th. And we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the S&P. We have a lot to talk about today. Pretty damaging day for the bulls as we come down and almost exactly a week later in I period, come back to where change took place last Thursday in I period on the way up, and take back the whole trend day from that day. We end up with a triple distribution day down today. So, in the past, triple distribution days did not happen that often. Okay, and now they're occurring like it's nothing. We had two upside ones. Now we have two downside ones. We're getting gaps all over the place. ES didn't gap today. SPY did briefly, but this emotional short-term trading is creating this type of poor structure. Now today just proved to be a beautiful day late in the afternoon. I mean, this was just, again, if you're struggling out there or if you're trying to buy this on dips, you'd be a lot better off instead of wasting your money trading, coming into this trading room, because on these days, it'd be worth its weight in gold, the $30 you're going to spend to stay out of a long, okay, once H period started. I mean, I can't be any clearer. We keep people out of the trouble in the room and guide them to what's transpiring. So it's something you should definitely look into. NQ, outside day down. I don't think they got last week's low yet. I'll have to check. Outside day down, though. And they have a triple distribution. They have singles in L. That's one distribution, M. Middle distribution. And then two sets of singles in the upper distribution. In righty, boy, oh boy, they go out. I'm not even sure. Now, is righty the only one that probed? It is. ES and NQ never made a new low on a day in M. Righty did. Righty has single prints in L. That's one distribution. In M, right? M's range. Then they have I, that's a second distribution. Then they have this distribution, G. And then they have the fourth distribution up here, from B's low to the day's high. So they have four distributions. Righty has come out of balance on the weekly and the daily to the downside with some pretty good vengeance. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, let's go to ES and SPY. We have an outside day down. We took out last week's low, which now puts us into balance on the weekly. So the monthly is balanced, the weekly is balanced. The daily, I'm still hedging on what I'm going to call it because we took out yesterday's high to put us back into balance before we rolled over. I'll see if I call it down or balance. It really doesn't matter much. If we take out today's low tomorrow, we're certainly down. If we don't, then I'll see if we keep it in balance. But we'll go over that when we go over the charts. We have a chance now for an outside week down tomorrow. So if we close below last week's low, well, then there's a chance for an outside week down, which would be pretty bearish. We had an outside day down today. I had a really good day and an excellent afternoon. Let's put it this way. I'm not going to go over all my trades in the afternoon because from G period on, I did nothing but short. So from G through M, and I traded a lot, even in M. I traded I'm telling you how many lots I traded. 27. Between G and M, I traded 27 lots short. Lost on two of them. Those are the last two I took in M. That when I think it was on the 5th, I forgot what it was on. Anyway, I lost two. I never got back in. I should have on the 55 as it pushed lower. So I made money on 25 out of 27 mini on the way down on shorts. Okay? Now the morning, I did okay. I shorted against the overnight high. The second time when it got there, I lost on that one 2 points. But then I long day period because it was getting some ebb and flow trading. I made money on 4 lots of minis. Then in B period, same thing. When it couldn't take out the low, well, first I was making money early in B. Made money on 3. Then it came down. I took another long right at the opening. Couldn't get back above it. I lost on 2 of those. So I made money on 3, lost on 2. Made money on C longs as we started the rotation back up. And then in D period, I actually made money on a short, a couple of lots. And then I told you what I did in the afternoon. What was telltale signs that something like this could happen? Well, look, let me rephrase that. I didn't expect this to happen. But what was a telltale sign we were going to get sucked into yesterday's range? I told you this morning in the video. Any acceptance into value from yesterday and M's range, and the odds of going and trading all of M are good. Well, we did that. Another telltale sign. I told the room this is another valuable asset while you're in the room. I told the room way before this happened, whoever wins the opening and yesterday's high, that's my line in the sand. If the buyers win it, well, then you're not going to get acceptance back into value from yesterday, and we should test higher and go get the afternoon rally high from that day. And Q got theirs, by the way. If, however, the sellers win it and you get acceptance into here, you're going to go at least trade M's range. Well, we did that and more. And what was another telltale sign? We were 4 for 4 wide. E could never get to C to go 5 for 5. Those are little nuances to keep in mind. Couldn't get the opening, couldn't get C's low. And then boom. The one head fake that threw me off early in G was when G ripped down and went down, made a low, and then ripped up. Well, first of all, no, let me preface. F ripped up. Didn't look like we didn't hold trend. I thought we were going to go trend, but F ripped up. G opened and took out F's high. It's like, wow, that's surprising. I didn't expect that. And then lo and behold, that's all they did and then rolled over. So you get these little nuances. Sometimes it throws you a curveball where it throws you off a little bit. But even though it threw me off a little bit in G, I got back on track once I saw what was happening and just plowed into shorts all afternoon. Okay? As far as upside, there's a lot of upside destinations because we have 4 sets of single prints and an afternoon rally high. First one, single print, SPY, 393.01 to 37. Then 393.73 to 394.28. 395.44 to 396.18. Fourth set, 396.55 to 397.73. Afternoon rally high of 399.30. And today's high of 401.48. For the downside, 390.53. Then we have single print 390.35 to 11 from January 20th, 388.38 daily low, and 387.86 weekly low. One other thing that exasperated this move is once you got below T plus 2 settlement, which was settlement from Tuesday, when the market wasn't being let up, whoever was getting margin calls had to sell stock. So again, looking to buy the dip and catch a knife and try to be a bottom feeder, boy, oh boy, not a good thing. For ES, upside, 34.75 to 37.75. Second set, 41.50 to 47.25. Third set, 59 to 66. Fourth set, 70.25 to 81.50. Afternoon rally high of 97.75. Today's high of 19.75. For the downside in ES, we have today's low of 09.50. Then we have 01.75 weekly low and 97.25 weekly low. Now, remember, tomorrow we will recap all of these charts, all the indices. I'm not going to do it today. So let's just do ES, well, SPY and ES. So here's the monthly. Again, the monthly, it's only March 9th. We don't know how big the monthly balance is going to be. You can incorporate it right now as a 5-month balance, or you can call it a 2-month balance to see how much more of a push down we get. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line is it's in balance. If you're going to use this month's low, well, it depends on where the monthly low goes to. So right now, balance on the monthly. Weekly, after a beautiful start going up, we take out last week's low. We take out the last 2 weeks' low. We're now in balance. Okay? No matter how much we go down tomorrow, I'd still call it balance and then use this week's low as the balance low, and obviously this week's high is the balance high. 3-week balance. But another thing of interest, look where we got down to. We got away from it last week. We got further away from it early this week. Look where we are. We're below that lower high trend line from last year. Something to definitely keep an eye on for bulls, right? So the weekly is in balance, and the daily. Now the daily, again, we took out yesterday's high to go back to balance, and then we reverse and have this huge move. I'm going to still call it balance. You can certainly call it down. I'm going to give the bulls, because they took out yesterday's high, balance. So if we take out today's low, obviously we're firmly down then. We do have an outside day down. That's a definitive. If we trade inside of yesterday's range, then we'll see if we call it, well, it would still be balanced for me if we had an inside day. So this is, now, we got above the 20, 2 days, rejected. 50-day, we traded for it 2 days, rejected. And then look where we closed. The 200-day moving average is at 393.21. Guess what? We're below it. Now, 1 day doesn't make a market, but not only are we below that, on the daily, on that lower high line, look where we are. So bulls have put themselves in a pretty crappy position after turning things around, or at least attempting to turn things around over the last couple of weeks. So it remains to be seen now if this is the start of a new leg down, or a buyer is going to rally and try to come out of balance on all 3 time frames to the upside. We're already at 110 million, so it's clearly already the highest volume of the year. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.